Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
The El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Peace. What it is, today is January the 22nd, and the sun is 2 degrees Aquarius, 222. It just switched. It switches today around 12 to the Pisces duad. The moon is 23 degrees Taurus. The moon in Taurus, that's what we're going to be reading on today. Get an understanding of that. Mercury still in Aquarius, 21 degrees. So it was sextile. No, it's not sextile. 21 degrees. Oh, it's square the moon at that point in time at 12 o'clock today. Venus is 17 degrees Cap. Mars 7 degrees Taurus. So it's done went past Uranus at 6 degrees Taurus. Jupiter 7 degrees Aquarius. So they're square today. Saturn 4 degrees Aquarius. I already said you're in Neptune 18 degrees Pisces. Pluto 24 degrees Cap. You know them two big ladies. My bags ain't moving around too much. So just check these duads out. I thought it was interesting between that daily duad watch. You already know. I'm gonna get like I need to get something to like go dun 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 right at that time.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Both of these are switching to the Leo duad in separate signs, both in Earth signs. Interesting, and they both switching to Leo from Cancer duad. Just interesting. I like when I see that synchronicity, that small synchronicity, and then like we established Jupiter switched yesterday duad into Taurus, which goes back today specifically to the moon being in Taurus. That energy will be channeled. Now, everything plays off of each other. The chain of planets. I'll do a video about that one time for those who may not understand it. For everybody who know. So let's just get to moon and Taurus because it is a little bit of reading page, kind of thick. Like I like my women. Alright, the moon is in Taurus. My woman, wife, love you, baby. The moon is in Taurus. Essence, security through stability. Child of nature, bounty or burden. Security is sought through stability, which sounds straightforward enough. And indeed, with the moon in Taurus, you are usually known for your practical and material, dependable nature. A minimum of change is seen as equaling a maximum of security. This emotional stability is the reason for the moon being exalted in Taurus. But unless you are quite happy with a predictable down home sort of life, or have made the ultimate realization that the only totally consistent factor is change itself, then such a need for stability is not going to be so simply met. Complications are then likely to become manifest in a number of ways. Someone else upon whom you are dependent creating a changes in your body state, especially and I want y'all to really absorb this. It says change in your body state, especially disease of the throat and reproductive system. It's called medical astrology because Taurus rules the throat. Okay. Feelings of boredom and inertia, deadlock situations as you try to fulfill needs of security in one camp and of pleasure in another, becoming a beast of burden through failing to appreciate the value of your own broad back. That's just not wanting to make a move when you need to. You understand what I'm saying? So you just keep on taking on the shit. staying too long in an unfruitful relationship. You see what I mean? Behind all of this is an issue of self-worth. Self-worth. If you are not sure what you are or what you are worth, black people,
you would do well to mind your tongue more.
Then a never-ending search for some form of external value, black people.
More. Do you mock me?
Material security being mistaken for emotional security, black people, is going to try your decidedly persistent nature in a rather unrewarding fashion, black people.
And the Moors are niggas.
In other words, peace with yourself, black people, Islam, has to be found before you can really expect it to occur on the outside. And even if it does, it comes at a very high price. Joe Biden. That ain't even that anyway. As a child, you possibly felt threatened by some kind of ominous disruption or were actually a victim of it. Or perhaps your mother has such an anxiety which was transmitted to you and developed into a blind fear of change or a blind need for material security. Another cause of self-doubt could be that your mother had similar doubts about herself and therefore was not able to notice and affirm your worth. And that's a lot of us, a lot of us are men that didn't grow up with their fathers and didn't have, a man, you know what I mean, pat them on the back and say good job to really power them on in their life, you know what I mean? So a lot of them do things to try to show their manhood to society, which, and unfortunately, listening to rap music, you ain't real if you ain't shot a nigga and shit. And so then that's what they got to do to show who, that they a man. And then, of course, they're dead or in jail. So what is having Taurian moon worth? Most essentially, it is a feeling about you of physical substance and sensuousness that is very reassuring and attractive to others. Instinctively, you know how to identify and satisfy those needs. A personal application of this talent are obvious. The personal application of this talent are obvious. The professional ones include any activities that cater for physical needs, such as food or drink, comfort, property management, production generally. Also areas of healthcare that connect directly to the physical body, like massage, osteopathy, etc. Artistic senses are pronounced too, especially singing or country crafts. You have a way with animals that could serve a useful purpose. That calming Taurian earth securing nature, of your moon sign. As nature's child, you have deep, rich emotions as a result of being so close to the earth. But there is no need to bury yourself in it through seeking too much material security. The gift of the Taurian moon is that material supply will always be forthcoming, unless you doubt it. Okay, keep your mind right, and you're gonna always be right. Material security, bargain hunting, quality, predictability, ownership. Hates waste and extravagance. Letting go the unknown and borrowing. Yeah, Taurus don't owe nobody shit. Yeah, I know that. So let's look at some quick traits of the moon in Taurus. Very dependable, but could be stuck in the mud. Consistent, but could be habit rude. Pragmatic, but could be tunnel visioned. You see? So, when you hit the bottom, you'll know it. You'll know which way up. Relaxing to your inner beauty. Feeling very uncomfortable with yourself and the world. Feeling let down and hung up. These are some energies that may come up when the moon transits this sign. You see, because once again, we are all of these signs. Can't make that point. Can't stress that point enough. Alright, so peace and love. The moon's in Taurus. And tomorrow the moon be in Gemini, and we'll touch on that. Take it easy.